Hi guys, welcome again to Learning Tree, the fun way we treat Junior Pro. My name is Chris. Okay, today's video, I'm not gonna cut it, I'm not gonna do anything to be as raw as possible, right? So, I know that I haven't done any translation. I think my last translation was on the 4th of what? January this year, right? And the reason for that is I've been going through a lot of things, right? And to tell the truth, I didn't think I'll ever do videos again. So let's start from the beginning. So somewhere mid last year, I found that okay, I'll come back. It's wifey there. She came back from work. So I think mid last year, I found out that my dad had dementia, which was really something hard. So what would happen is he would sit and out of the blue he'll stand up and he'll be screaming, saying that he'll be hearing drums and everything, and we figured something was wrong. We went and did some MRI scans and some other scans, and we found that indeed he had dementia, and his brain was shrinking at that point. So I didn't take it well because I wasn't used to such things. But then as time went, we got used to it. He was taking his meds, he was basically stabilized, and life continued. So I was like, okay, cool. You know what, I can deal with this, right? Towards the end of the year, because what's happened is my little girl, I've always never really walked, nor did she crawl, right? And she wasn't speaking. And she was over 2 years old, so we were a bit alarmed. Went for MRI scans, EEGs, sleep therapy, went through a whole lot of things, and nobody was coming back with an answer that we're looking for. So what we did was we found a great neurosurgeon, one of the best in the country, who actually saw us and did some tests and found that she has Rett syndrome. In short, she's a special needs child. These are the kind of things that I don't like sharing because it's very private. But something is telling me to share this, so maybe somebody out there needs to hear this, right? So basically, in a nutshell, Rett syndrome is a very, very rare condition, right? Initially, there was no cure, but it seems as if there might be a breakthrough that could help us out in the near future. So we actually pray that that be the case, then we can actually help her out. So basically, what happens is it happens in the gene when the child is formed, right? So if you're a male, you won't survive. If you're a female have 2 X chromosomes. So what happened is, in this case, we only need one as human beings, right? So the dominant one goes to sleep and one remains. The one that remains is a dominant one, right? But in her case, the one that went to sleep is the good one, and the one that's awake, or the dominant one, is the one that has this problem. I don't want to use the word deformity, but has this problem, and she is the way she is right now. But with gene therapy, what's coming up in the future is they claim there's something called reactive gene therapy, or what's the other one? I forgot what the other, gene splicing. So with reactive one, they'll actually shut this one down and reactivate this one, meaning it should be normal, or the splicing one, cut out that portion and replace with a good one. But those are things that's in the future, and we're hoping everything will work well. So when we actually heard this news in November, I won't lie to you, I was just broken because a lot of things was going through my mind. I was partially depressed, I wasn't doing well. The whole household actually wasn't doing well. So things only started up working right somewhere towards May, around my 40th birthday. So we went to Durban, which is a little province next to us by the ocean. We had a great time. Then during that time, my birthday was on the 6th of May when I turned 40. My mom usually calls every day. Well, not usually, she calls every day. So she gave me a ring to sing me happy birthday, because she does that every year since I was a child. We had a conversation that I was 40 years old. She was teasing me that I'm old now, and I was teasing her she's super old if I'm 40, right? All laughs and giggles. Then a week later, after the holiday, we came home. Called on Mother's Day, but she wasn't picking up the phone. Only to find that she fell and hit her head. and she had a swollen face, and she was rushed to the closest hospital. While she was going there, she was walking and talking. When I was told in the evening that it was serious and I drove home because it's very far from where I am to Bushbuck, it's like 6 to 7 hours, I found out that she can't, well, she was paralyzed from the right hand side and she couldn't speak anymore. So I tried to remove her from the clinic, but we're told that her blood pressure and was high, and she had sugar diabetes, which I did not know. So they had to stabilize her. She was there for a few days. After she was stable, I brought her to my place. Well, not to my place, a rehab center to my for a month or so, a little bit over a month, to try and help her get her motor movements back, like leg and arms. So towards the end, her legs were fine. Well, not fine, but she could move her, wiggle her toes and her arms. So I figured things were finally getting back together. So I flew down my sister to help out because when we went back home to Tulamaji, right, that's where they live, she needs a nurse, right? And knowing my mom, she'd rather have somebody who she knows to help her with the cleaning and everything. So I flew down my sister. So I used to go home on a weekly basis just to see how she was doing. Towards the end, she wasn't eating well, which I found out that most stroke patients don't eat properly because there's something collapsed, something throat is collapsed or something's collapsed. So I figured, you know what, I need to put in a peg, which is like a tube of feeding. So that's the last conversation I had with her. That mom, next week when I come through, we're gonna do this procedure on you so that you can eat and at least be fine to do your physios and OT and everything else, or else you'll be weak. That's what I thought was a worst case scenario. Only to find that the week after that very Saturday that I was supposed to go home, something told me not to go because we had an appointment with the doctor on Monday. So I figured, let me just go on Sunday. So Monday we go to the procedure. Saturday they call me and tell me that she's not breathing properly. I'm like, no, take her to Nelspruit, which is like 2 hours drive, but that's a private clinic that I trust. They told us to take her to Bushbuck, it's a government clinic, hospital. That at least to stabilize her breathing, then we can take her there. Got there 15 minutes later, my dad gives me a call, tells me that things didn't go well. I'm like, what do you mean things didn't go well? He tells me that she passed on, which was something I did not need to hear, but it is what it is, because in my head I never understood why, because she was getting better. I was thinking of all the money that I spent, which was a small fortune that I spent. Why would she pass on? Because she was getting better. I think that was what was messing with me. I was depressed for a while. I was angry with myself, borderline hated myself. I was angry with my sister because I felt as if she just came and 2 weeks later my mom passed. I was angry with my dad because, you know what, your one job was to stay with this woman, and for some reason that day she decided to go to the mall complex to go buy some stuff. I was angry with my brothers because I felt as if they weren't supportive enough, felt alone in this whole situation. But I think I really blamed myself, honestly speaking. I won't lie to you, the worst day of my life was actually going to see my mom at the morgue. I'll never forget that, never. And thanks to all my friends and in-laws and everyone that came through to help me, and we had a great burial. I think should have been happy, but I won't lie to you. I think while this whole thing was happening, even though I was like down and out, I kept the strength, did what needed to be done. But a week or two afterwards, I think that's when it really hit, because every time I want to call my mom, you remember that she's no more, and that's a feeling I do not wish on anyone. Even when was it, 2 days ago, I was actually going through my phone for a person's number, then I saw my mom's 2 numbers, and I wasn't looking for that, but you know, it's like you see, then you pause and you remember and you start tearing up. Thankfully I'm going for therapy now, that's actually helping, so I don't blame myself that much, I don't resent a lot of people as much. But I won't lie to you, it's been difficult. It's really been difficult. So bear with me. Chances I won't be doing a lot of videos for a while, because I did a lot of these 3 videos partly because I want to teach people how to speak the language, I've been from Ghana for a long time, right? Like from I was 9 years old, and she was very something I spoke to my parents at home, right? And it's not as good as those that lived in Ghana. So without do every time I was doing this video, if it's complicated words, I'll ask Mark to come through. If not, I'll call home. My mom will actually help me pronounce it, because initially I couldn't even read the language. I have to teach myself how to read tree and pronounce, but my pronunciation was a bit wrong. So I'll call my mom every time, Mom, how do you pronounce this? And she's like, no, okay, cool, this is how you do it. After every shoot, I send it to my mom. She'll vet it and tell me, oh no, son, this word you didn't say it right, so say it this way. So making these videos, right, I honestly wanted to stop, because every time I think I'll make one of these, I tear up, and it's difficult, because at this time, I think of my mom, and it's not easy. I won't lie to you, it's not easy. But I think I'll come back, because she used to advocate for this. If a week goes by without me not posting, she'll call me, son, why haven't you posted? I'm waiting for your videos. So I think for her sake, I'll start. But I'll let you guys know when to actually send through your translations, and I'll start again. But for now, I think I'll need a break to try and sort myself out. And the one thing that killed me was telling people that there are 4 dates that will never be the same. 3 of them will haunt me for the rest of my life. The first one is my birthday, 6th of May. I'll never forget that day, because a week after that, which is Mother's Day, my mother fell. Then on the 29th is when she passed, but that is not that thingy. I can let that one go. Then we buried her on the 6th of July. So 2 months exactly on my birthday, I buried my mom. Somebody would have come to me and told me that, Joseph, you'll be burying your mom 2 months from now on my birthday. I would have given anything, because she was never sickly. I would have said you're lying, but it is what it is. So nowadays, my birthday, Mother's Day, 29th and 6th of June will never be the same. Ever be the same. So what I'm doing now is, she always asked me to further my studies, do my master's, and I always prolonged. But now I'm going to do it starting next year. There are a few things that she always asks me to do, which includes this. I'll keep on going. I know this channel hasn't been growing. I expect it to at least have 20,000 subscribers by now. But I think because of my inconsistencies, I haven't been hitting my goals. And also I think I can't let the channel go, because I really worked hard. Really worked hard. If you look at my videos, my previous ones, especially the ones from the beginning, I really worked hard. I put a lot of energy into this, so I can't let it go. I'll still push as much as I can. It's not about the numbers, it's about actually the people that watch it. If I get one person to watch this, you know what, it's great. So I think my message today is for all those that have special needs children, you're not alone. It's not easy, it's difficult. You're not alone. And if it's Rett, that's something else. There's a link that I'll put, it's a video that I'll put, and then you guys can watch and find out what Rett is, more detail of what it is. For you guys that have parents or family members with dementia, that's not also easy. It's hard to manage, especially if it's a parent, because there are days they won't even remember who you are. But it is what it is. Just know you're not alone. And if you've lost a loved one, that is also not easy. And my prayers are with every one of you, and I'm hoping you guys will pray for me as well, because this is very difficult. It's very difficult. Very difficult. So I'll let you guys know when I'm back officially. This is just an update on what has been happening in my life. As I said, I will not edit this in any way. I'll just post it as it is. Yeah, thanks a lot. See you next time, guys. Bye.